Hey, you got a phone, right? Well, these are 8 tips to take your iPhone photography to the next level. I have an iPhone 12 Pro, but I'm sure you can use these tips with like any phone. Aside from this one, you have to have a newer iPhone to do this, but did you know that you can actually shoot RAW photos? Yeah, go into your settings and just turn on RAW, and now instead of shooting JPEGs or whatever format you normally shoot, you can shoot RAW photos, which retains so much detail and you're just gonna get a lot better photos. You can actually change the aspect ratio you take your photos in. Normally your phone is gonna take photos in 4:3 by default, but you can change that to 16:9 or whatever aspect ratio you want so that it actually takes up your full screen. This next one, I know you can do it on Android and is probably a little bit better, but go ahead and switch to Panoramic Mode, frame your subject, and turn your phone sideways and start taking a panoramic photo. It's gonna take some getting used to as far as speed and getting everything to look correct, but once you get it, the photos are gonna look amazing. This is especially helpful if you don't have a wide angle lens, as this kind of gets that wide angle look. This one is another one of those iPhone only ones, and I don't even have it, but if you have an Apple Watch, you can actually use it as a viewfinder. You can strap your Apple Watch to the back of your phone and take selfies with your back camera, or you can set your phone up somewhere and just use your Apple Watch as a remote. So if you are just in your camera, you can do 2 things. You can click on your subject and drag, and this is gonna change your exposure, making things lighter or darker. Or you can click on your subject and hold, and that's gonna lock your autofocus. Kind of nice to know, right? Well, here's something else you may or may not have known. If you go over to portrait mode and you click on the F, now you can change the aperture on your photos. This is extremely helpful because your phone is just using AI to digitally recreate the look of a DSLR, and sometimes it can be too much. So now you can fine tune that and get it to look just right. This one is old, but definitely gold, and it's very helpful with these newer phones since they have 3 cameras. Well, what are these lenses anyway? We have a normal lens, a telephoto, and a wide angle. So now that we have that wide angle, go ahead and flip your phone upside down, and you can get really interesting looking photos. Especially helpful when you want to show off some new shoes. The very last thing isn't much of a hack, but if you haven't downloaded Lightroom Mobile, go ahead and download Lightroom. You can do just about anything that you could do on your computer on your phone. Especially now that you can shoot RAW photos on your phone in the portrait mode. Do you even need a camera anymore? The quality that you can now get your photos is insane. I'll leave a link to some free Lightroom Mobile presets to get you started in the description below, but if you want to support the channel maybe and get the paid one instead, all of the money I make goes towards giveaways for the channel anyway, so you might want to subscribe too so you know when the giveaways are. But that's about it. All right.